This is how you will perform the arch tape job for your taping final. I will be using colored tape to help you to see the path of my split tape, but you will use white tape. So I will have my partner raise their foot so I can see the bottom of their foot. I will identify the heads of the metatarsals here. If I'm having a hard time, I'll bend their toes back so that I could see where it bumps out. Next, I will do my anchor number 1. So I will take a strip of tape and I will cover those metatarsal heads, making sure that I don't go all the way around the foot. So I stop on the side of the foot here. So I do a little half circle on the bottom of the foot. Remember, almost all of our tape will be on the bottom of the foot for this tape job. So our anchor number 1. Anchor number 2 is going to be a longer piece of tape that I'll bring behind the heel and then forward to meet anchor number 1, just as an attachment for our teardrops. Making sure it lays flat in the back. It will come to meet anchor number 1 on both sides. Anchor number 1, anchor number 2. Next, I will use a split roll of tape. I'm going to use the colored tape so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to start at the 5th metatarsal, aim towards the medial aspect of the heel here, loop back around the back of the heel, making sure I'm laying flat, following with my finger to go back to where I started. So that's our first teardrop. Next teardrop, we'll start at number 4, aiming towards the medial side of the heel. And I lost my split there. Making sure it lays flat in the back. Then it comes back to number 4. Next, I will do number 3, back to number 3. That's number 3. Back to number 3, remembering that these don't need to overlap in any particular way. Now pink. Number 2, back to number 2, making sure it lays flat in the back. Following it with my finger as I come around to make sure it is laying flat. And last, for the teardrops, number 1, lost my split again, sorry about that. Nope. I'm going to have to start that one over because I lost my split. This colored tape is much more difficult to split. Okay. This is exactly what you would do if you needed to fix it during your test. You just take it off and restart. So number 1, laying flat, following with my finger. Back to number 1. So this is what the bottom of the tape job looks like. So those are our anchors, teardrops. Next, we're going to do our support strips. There's the first one, basically the same as anchor number 1. We're going to go down by half here for number 2. Usually we'll do about somewhere between 4 to 5 of these. We'll see how many I get on my husband because his feet are rather large. There's 4, 5. I'm going to do one more because I'm not quite all the way back to his medial malleolus. He actually took quite a few. So those are all of our support strips. Next, I'm going to redo my anchors. So I'll redo my anchor number 2 first. To cover up all those ends of my support strips. Next, I'll redo my anchor number 1 to cover up the bottom of my anchor number 2. And next, I will do the 2 strips over the top of the foot to hold everything down. So this is what the top looks like at the end, with the 2 strips over the top, and those are the only 2 strips of tape touching the top of the foot. And that is our arch, the label we will be graded on in class.